So, we have some kind of a media server. We'd write data out to tape. We duplicate the tape. Send this one off site. And this imposes on us a couple of interesting constraints. One, is it secure? Do I need to encrypt that data? So would you use the media server encryption option? Would you insert an appliance to do the encryption? It's expensive. And also keep in mind that you would need to have that same encryption technology at your DR site to recover this data. Additionally, you've got the overhead associated with making the duplicates. So to make this, I've got to pull all this data back in through the NetBackup media server and spit it out to another tape drive. So I take 2 tape drives to perform the duplication. Okay. Then I've got to ship this off-site. So I'm looking at the dollars associated with a third-party company to transport the media, lose the media, to have the media fall off of a truck, which isn't good if I really need to recover that data. It's also not good if I haven't abided by step 1, which is to secure the data with some kind of encryption product. Okay. But that's yesterday. There's a lot of money associated with tape drives. There's money associated with the encryption. And there's money associated with paying Iron Mountain or some other vendor to transport and store your tapes. There's other dollars involved with keeping track of all that media with something like the NetBackup Vault option. What media gets ejected, what media gets put in lock boxes, what media is coming back on site to be recycled. There's a big cost equation associated with that. The other item that we're looking at here, which may be somewhat intangible, is that it takes time to make this duplication. What does that time mean? If it takes me 24 hours to make all my duplicates, it means for DR purposes, I can't get yesterday's backup duplicated and off-site until tomorrow. So it gives me a window of exposure that will affect my recovery point objective. So what does OST bring to the table? The OpenStorage API and OpenStorage compliant appliances. Well, let's take the same example. I've got a media server. Within that media server, I've got a plug-in. Dependent on the network connectivity, it could be fiber channel, it could be a TCP IP connection. I've got some kind of disk appliance. Let's just say, for instance, it's data domain. Somewhere else I have another data domain appliance. Right? Could be connected to the same NetBackup media server, could be a different NetBackup media server. Right? This one will represent my off-site copy of the data. So I'm able to do my initial backup through the NetBackup media server. The data gets stored on deduplicated disk. I can duplicate that data using what we refer to as optimized duplication, where only unique blocks will be sent secured over a thin pipe. I don't need a wide piece of network bandwidth to have this replication or duplication occur. So we call it optimized duplication because it takes advantage of the deduplication technology and only sends the changed data. Now what's interesting is NetBackup's catalog is aware of both copies of the data. All of a sudden, I can use this disruptive technology. Where's the savings? Well, first off, I can kick off the duplication job as soon as the initial backup completes. The duplication is likely to take less time because I don't have to wait for an available tape drive or 2 tape drives. And also I'm doing optimized duplication. So in theory, the whole duplication process should be quicker. That reduces my exposure, the amount of time that I don't have a duplicate backup off-site for DR purposes. And it eliminates the need to encrypt the data. This is a secure transmission between the appliances. Okay? The overhead is virtually eliminated because the duplication process goes between the appliances. The data does not travel back through the NetBackup media server. So I'm not placing an additional burden on the media server just to do duplications. Additionally, I eliminate the third-party cost associated with transporting and losing my media. So those are the big benefits that I see. So in essence, this is a money saver for customers. This is the future. Moving tape media, removable cartridges between sites is drastically reduced when we use this disruptive technology. Now, for those customers who have long-term archive requirements, perhaps they do want to put some of this data out on tape. So NetBackup 652, perhaps NetBackup 653, will support taking this data from the appliance and putting it out to tape at the remote site. So I can accomplish my disaster recovery objectives. I can also accomplish any long-term archiving requirements that I have. I don't need this third party, and I don't need 2 tape drives to do it. I don't need to buy, maintain, and pay maintenance contracts on encryption appliances or encryption software. So there's a substantial savings here.
Cool. Okay.
That's it.